You're listening to Maple Syrup Blood Money, a Riverdale podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Shelton, and joining me, the shoe in mind, my Emperor Peel-Off, is Vincent White.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank
Wait
you.
a minute. Hey.
Hey, what?
Vince, hold on a second. Hold the phone.
Okay.
Wait a tick.
Talk.
Yes, both. Hold both, please. I am neither Noah nor Kyle.
And I am neither Noah or Kyle.
Both. I mean, I'll accept it. What's going on here?
Oh, we got a little podcast takeover situation going down.
You got the old podcast switcheroo.
You've been bamboozled.
Oh, you've been Houdini'd.
Hoodwinked.
Tricked.
Shawshanked.
Shanghaied? Can I say Shanghaied still?
You could say Shanghai nooned.
All right. Yeah, you got Shanghai Knighted. So yeah, we are Vince and Aaron from the Kame House Party podcast. And we're to copy more popular podcasts and more popular networks. We're doing a switcheroo. We'll be taking over this episode of Maple Syrup Blood Money, and they'll be taking over an episode of Kame House Party this week. So if you miss Kyle and Noah like we do, you should go listen to our podcast, Kame House Party, because they're hanging out over there.
Yeah, they're hanging out at our place.
And we didn't clean up.
No, we did not. I cannot.
Ooh.
I left a lot of things I shouldn't have left out.
I didn't label any of my sodas.
Oh, man, how would they know?
Yeah, how will they know not to drink my sodas?
I know. How will they know not to drink your sodas? And how will they know not to drink my soda, which I didn't label? It's only one of them.
It's a real soda roulette situation.
Good God. I
That's
hope they
thing.
stream it while they try them.
I hope they soda stream.
Oh!
Hey. So buckle up for about an hour and a half of this.
Jeez.
But we're not going to talk about Dragon Ball. That's that other show. We're talking about Archie still, baby. And we have been tasked with watching the 1990 made-for-TV movie Archie to Riverdale and Back Again. So this was a 1990s TV movie. If I had to guess. Here's the other thing. I know Kyle and Noah they'll hit you with like tidbits of research that they've done. That ain't us.
We don't research anything.
No, that's one of our shticks that we're sticking to.
Like character traits.
Jughead's gonna eat burgers. We'll never do research.
Yep. Archie's going to luck his way into everything. We're not going to do research.
He'll never make a meaningful decision. We won't do research.
Reggie is a prick. We don't do research.
So the main premise is that it's 15 years after their graduation. So they're around 33 years old.
Yep.
And the gang's getting back together. And I don't know what version you watched of this, because this was very pirated. Just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean it's not pirated. It's very pirated. Yeah. We did it very illegally. Don't tell.
I won't. But yeah. I found it on YouTube. There are two versions on YouTube, but mine had some of the actual like ads beforehand.
Oh man!
So the one that I saw had the trailer with the VO being like, Archie is going back. And then at the end, it had the broadcaster saying, and coming up next, blah, 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 blah. And rattled off some shows I didn't remember. Because I was not even born in 1990.
What?
Oh,
that can't be true.
I was born February 1991.
Impossible.
2 months after.
What? No. Your parents saw this and like,
hold it in.
I guess we'll still have that baby, though I'm really regretting it. Into this world.
Oh, I hope that's how the conversation went. I pray it is.
Mrs. White, turn off that TV.
My dad walks in.
Yeah.
Turn off that TV, woman. What are you doing? You're pregnant.
You know, baby Vince can hear all that.
gonna come out talking jive, just like Jughead.
I just want to say about the promo. It's Wacky Morning DJ. Archie's back in town, and boy, oh boy, is he in girl troubles. And it's like springs and humna, humna, humna. It's sound effects, and then it's pretty much saying, hey man, Archie gonna fuck.
Okay, so the first note I had is this movie is horny. That is what I wrote. This is a horny movie.
It's not a sexy movie, but it is a horny movie.
I mean, it gets a little sexy in spots, but the majority of it is horny.
It gets sexy once for me.
Okay.
If we're going to bring up personal sexual taste into this.
I mean, this movie's got a lot of it.
The most famous person in this movie is Lauren Holly, who plays Betty. Lauren Holly basically she was in Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
She was the woman character in Dumb and Dumber.
See, we do not do research.
That's how they cast it.
Yeah. No, you
don't blame me.
You think they had a character name on that call sheet?
Yeah.
Hot lady.
Yeah. But like 1990s Lauren Holly, even though she's playing Betty, boy oh boy.
Oh my.
It's not bad. It's a pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got a lot of info to cover.
Yeah, so there's a lot of movie.
Down. And we'll just, much like the movie assumes you know a bunch about Archie, we'll assume that you, the audience, will know a bunch about Archie.
Definitely more than us.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Everyone's preparing for this big high school reunion.
Right. Everybody knows the biggest reunion is your 15-year reunion.
Yeah, somehow. That's the one that actually exists.
Like, this is weird for me because I'm going to my 5-year college reunion in a couple of weeks. So I was like, oh, is this what is in store for me? And then I thought, no, I don't have unrequited loves out there just pining over me for no apparent reason.
For 15 years.
15 years.
15.
Veronica went through 4 marriages.
Oh, yeah, she did. She's in Paris. She calls the principal to ask if Archie is coming to this reunion.
What?
I understand it's a land before Facebook. But why are you calling the principal to try and creep on this dude?
Yeah,
you haven't seen in 15 years.
I'm assuming there's a way that she knew that, I don't know. I just don't know, man. It seems like she has enough connections that she could have figured out where he is or what his number was.
With the money she's pulling.
Can we talk about?
She's Scrooge McDuck rich. She's Bruce Wayne rich.
Yes.
She's like as rich as it is convenient to the plot to be.
She is so rich. She calls her dad to get the Concorde jet to fly her from France to Riverdale.
Non-stop, I'm guessing.
No, not even. Oh, a Concorde jet to stop for anything? No, sir. No, sir, at all. And this is all like the time lapse of this movie is 3 days. Everything you see happens in only 3 days.
Yeah, a lot happens.
We even see the plane fly like via shadow because it's a TV movie, right? They did not have the budget to license an image of a Concorde. In real time, you see that like, oh, it's only been like maybe 4 or 5 hours since these calls were made.
Even if we assume East Coast, I don't know where Riverdale is. I mean, besides our hearts.
Forever.
Go Riverdale. Rivers.
Go raging rivers. Riverdale rivers. Flow rivers.
Rah, rah, ree. Flow 'em in the knee. Rah, rah, ras. Flow 'em in their ass. Because we dirty now.
We're dirty. We're 33. We can say it now.
Look, Veronica's super rich.
She has a butler named Smithers.
She misses her high school, I'm not even going to say boyfriend.
Because that's the thing. From all the flashbacks, there is no commitment to either lady.
No, it's...
Except for the story that is shared between Archie and Betty, where they didn't do what everybody thought they did in the rain.
Yeah.
You're telling me 2 teenagers stuck in the rain, hot for each other, knowingly, did not get it on in whatever year that is?
Well, I mean, if we extrapolate 15 years, it would have been 75. Oh, look, let me say this. Everyone's fucking all the time.
Yes.
Don't be fooled.
Don't be fooled.
Don't, but especially 1975.
Ooh, that was the year of fucking.
That was, oh, yeah.
If only
First
Kim Cattrall had been around then. I love that tickles you so much. I'm not even going to do the impression.
I don't know. Apparently there's a running gag now on that other podcast.
Who knows? Kim Cattrall might show up later.
We just talk about Kim Cattrall, yeah.
She loves.
But no.
Fucking. Gee, there it is. I'm done.
You understand that that's the thing. That's like the same way like Spider-Man will never ever catch a break.
Right.
It's the same way that like Archie will never choose between Betty and Veronica.
He cannot.
Yeah. Nope. He just can't. He's stuck. Mm-hmm. Time's a flat circle for him.
Yeah. But we get cuts of the other main characters, right? We see Betty. She's a school teacher now.
She's the saddest school teacher.
Yes. Like, what does she say when the kids leave?
I wrote it down, my dude.
Yeah, please.
She's like, as they're leaving, she's like, have a good summer. Remember Miss Cooper.
Oh, Betty Cooper, you poor thing.
I've been a teacher. Half my family, their main profession and only profession is teaching. I guarantee none of them said, please remember me.
Good God. Like,
as you go off to 4th grade.
How like, I don't want to be mean to Betty. And maybe it's just that because we do meet her boyfriend.
Classic shitty boyfriend.
Classic, like slick hair, in a suit. What does he do? You don't know, but he's cool, right?
It's business. He's got the money.
He's a businessman. He's going to talk down to women because, hey, it's 1990.
Hey, it's still the 80s in my heart,
yeah, exactly. I've still got a spoon for my Coke bumps.
But don't tell the girl.
Hey, I don't
keep that between you and me.
I don't want her to see me like that, okay, guy? Okay, guy?
Hey, look, I'm probably going to marry her one day, but I'm going to have some fun first, you know?
Guys like us,
pieces of shit like us.
Real shit men,
just piles of dung just poured into our Armani suits. Yeah.
And then we have on the opposite end of the spectrum, Jughead. And I loved this scene, and I became a Jughead fan from minute one. Because
it's a good gag that I think is executed poorly.
Really? I liked it. It could have been better, like everything in this movie. But
we have Jughead. He's complaining about his divorce. We get his main arc. We get the setup for his main arc throughout this whole thing. He's scared of women. Yep. He has real women issues. I mean, much like everyone else in this movie.
Yes.
Some real lady issues. Basically, he's in a psychiatrist's office, and you think he's the patient, but at the end, you realize he's a psychiatrist.
Yep. The patient actually says to him as he leaves, "Thanks, Doc. Doesn't matter if we went over my stuff. Hearing your life makes me feel a lot better about mine."
As we meet Archie.
Yeah.
Archie, he's finally leaving Riverdale. He's going to be a big shot lawyer in the city.
The city.
Yeah.
We don't have license to say any of them, but we call it the city.
You could say city names.
Yeah. All you just say St. Louis. Just give us a place.
Jacksonville,
this.
Florida. We get it.
St. Louis and Jacksonville, Florida. The cities.
Yeah. When everyone thinks of a city, it's goddamn Tallahassee.
It's him and Pam, his fiance. And we see there's a little bit of tension. But, like, they play this down in a way where I did not think it was going to be an issue. Like, they seem rock solid, Pam and Archie's relationship. Apart from her wanting to throw some of his old things away right as she's leaving for a couple of days, she's leaving for the whole weekend.
She doesn't want to be around for the reunion, but she is definitely controlling. She's like, right. Get rid of your old shit. Which, if you're moving to a certain city, if you're moving to a bustling metropolis like Jacksonville, Florida, where Your 2-bedroom apartment's probably 500 square feet. You don't have a lot of room.
You don't.
I get it.
It's just space. It's a spatial equation that Archie's not doing the hard work for. He's not doing the work.
Letterman jacket. Understand wanting to keep.
Right.
Toaster. What the fuck are you, Archie?
He's a hoarder. That's what he is. Like, honestly, with all of that, like, that's a big house that he's living in. That's at least 4 bedrooms. One, like, they turned it into an office and a half, maybe.
Yeah, I believe that's his mama's house, I assume.
Yeah. What happened to Mama?
Oh, no. Pam said I had to get rid of everything. That was my past.
Archie, dear, why are you looking at me like that?
I just want to remember you as you are.
Oh, well.
Cheek. That's not the sound of a knife being pulled from the drawer.
It certainly sounds like my stainless steel. Now, what are you rattling in there?
It's certainly not 2 knives in case the first one fails.
Well, Archie, those knives are stainless steel and they'll never break no matter how many times you jab them right into the bone of a ribeye.
Speaking of ribs and eyes and stabbing them.
Archie, no. Don't.
Could you fix me one of your famous ribeyes before I murder you? I'm super hungry.
Oh, my boy is
Pam
so
doesn't
hungry.
cook. I'm still going to murder you, but Pam just doesn't cook like you. Can I get one for the road?
Nobody does. And Archie, I knew this day would come. Only one of us can be an Andrews.
and see. Oh, what was that?
Yo, that was some fresh ass Archie improv for you.
Look, we can promote Come My House Party even more than we're going to at the end.
Yes.
That's just one of our little trademarks. Our conversation often leads us into improvised scenes about what we're talking about, and that's what we do. That's special. That's what's special about us.
That's true. And we wanted to share that with you guys, even though it's not really our podcast.
Yeah, Noah and Kyle handed us a 200-page rule book with stats, charts,
edicts.
There were random joke tables.
Mm-hmm.
We said, and then you know what we did with that rule book?
Fried it up.
We were very hungry.
And we ate it. We were very hungry, but we wanted to take the time to get a deep fryer, change the oil out, because you always got to change the oil before you use it. And we dropped that bad boy in some batter. We made it ourselves. It took a while. Aaron,
that's a thick book. It takes, what is it? 4 minutes a pound for a turkey on Thanksgiving?
You got it.
6 minutes a book.
6 minutes a book. And best believe we did not skimp on that breading. We got a little panko on there, that thick, crispy dough. And we ate that book.
Yeah. Just so we didn't have to follow it.
Yeah.
But we wanted to respect their gift.
Exactly. And now it's resting in my tummy.
Speaking of resting, Archie is laying on a table. Haha, I did it.
But
he's at the chiropractor. Moose, as you said, he a big boy. He's a chiropractor now. That's it.
That's it. They do a lot of these little, didn't need to happen, but hey, it did.
I wrote this down later, but I'll say this. This movie makes a lot of assumptions about your Archie knowledge. It treats certain events like it's goddamn Infinity War, like they've been trying to set it up for a decade. It's like, he's wearing a bow tie, remember you fucking Gen Xers?
Oh, yeah. And the way they got to the bow tie was having Jughead Jr. Jughead's got a kid.
Oh.
And this kid is precocious as fuck. He's a rascal. He's a rascal and a half.
He's more than a rascal.
Mm-hmm.
He is, I dare say, a felon.
Okay, yes. Okay, yeah, I'm glad we're getting to this.
Not the hyperbolic definition of the term.
He's a thief.
Yeah.
Engaged in some
fiend.
B&E. He broke into Archie's home.
There's numerous crimes. So we'll go.
Yes.
So we were introduced to them on the bus. Him and Jughead Jr. They're riding down on a bus to Riverdale. Why a bus? He's a psychiatrist in the city.
It doesn't mean he has a car.
I get it. Jacksonville, Florida is just, there's so much public transportation there. You don't need a car. But you can't fly in. You can't take a cab. I don't know. A bus seems ridiculous.
Not in the 90s, man. Greyhound was all the rage.
Celebrities often took Greyhounds to premieres.
Exactly. You think Michael Jordan drove anywhere? No. He had a Greyhound take him.
He rode the
everywhere.
bus.
He rode the bus. He's just like one of us.
Archie goes down to Pop's soda shop. So we meet Pop, another perennial character. Another perennial location. We meet Reggie. So I thought he was a used car salesman because he kept trying to get Archie to buy a car. But he also
so did I.
But he also owns a gym.
There was a major disconnect. It was like, hey, Reggie's a car salesman, right? But for the context of the movie, he cannot, like, how is the conflict going to arise if Reggie's like down on the highway selling cars?
The plot of the movie, besides who Archie gonna fuck, is that Reggie is evicting Pops from his diner so he can expand the gym.
A real Globo gym kind of situation.
I mean, any sort of 80s, early 90s plot of, aw man, capitalist. They're gonna ruin everything.
These darn Americans.
Even though he's well within his legal rights. Well, God damn it, we got to do something to break the law.
We got to stop him. Our sentiment will come through.
We got to stop this.
This place is important to me. This is the me generation.
We got to stop the small business owner from living the American dream.
Archie, you poor bastard.
Archie.
Like, and throughout this, like, kind of opening kind of scenes within the movie, I kept asking myself, like, do people like Archie? Like, do people actually like Archie?
If any of our fans followed us over here, you'll get this reference. Archie's the first harem anime. Really? If you think about it and don't fucking think about it.
Yeah, if you don't think about it and think about it, then think of Tenchi Muyo, then you think about Archie and you're like, oh, right.
It's just some milquetoast dude. Just the plainest of James. Plain James McAvoy. And then women like him for some reason. There's also, there's a redhead named Cheryl that's in the comics. She's not here.
And she's in love with Archie too?
Yeah, probably.
Jeez.
They're not. There's another character that's cousins. I don't remember her name, but I don't think she's related to Archie in this. But yeah, she is also. You had to. They had to get the trifecta.
Yeah.
Of white women.
Yeah, there are the three key white women in this film.
The three pillars of white women did.
The three pillars of whitedom in this movie. It's Betty, Veronica, who has the best nickname for a girl named Veronica, or the name Veronica.
Oh, Ronnie?
Ronnie is a dope nickname. I love that name. And then Pam. So I just want to talk about everything all at once.
This movie is kind of all over the place. So basically, Jughead and Archie, they see each other. Jughead Jr. almost blows them up with a faulty toaster.
There were that, and now we're getting back to the bow tie on their way to the reunion.
They pay off a joke.
Yep.
From they set it up in 10 minutes. Like, you got to throw that toaster out, Archie. It's gonna blow up. 10 minutes later, I'm gonna plug this Archer in and blow you up, Archie. Fuck you. Jughead. If we can go back to horrible Jughead Jr.
Yes.
Archie teasing him's like, well, I guess that makes you. This is where he gets his nickname. I guess it makes you Jughead Jr. And then the kid's like, call me that again, and something really bad will happen.
Yep.
I don't have kids, but if I did, and if it was that kid, that's a smack in the mouth, boy. That's a pop on the back of the head. Yeah.
No, that is a what the hell did you just say?
Oh no, this kid didn't just say this. Not my son.
If my dad, if I said that to anybody in front of my dad, he'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Oh, that's good. Oh, he would. It's the shame tone.
Mm-hmm. Just like I cannot. What have I done? I have failed.
I've heard that voice because hearing you say it now, just get like, oh, I'm like, I'm sorry, Vince.
Made myself sweat.
Yeah. I just felt bad. I did disappoint I disappointed your dad, Vince, and I'm sorry.
The funny thing is, Aaron, you did disappoint my father.
Oh, we do. Speaking of dads, we did another bit to set up. Veronica's dad.
Yes.
Mr. Lodge.
Mr. Lodge.
Again, if the richest of the rich, control one of those I control this town figures.
But in a literal way.
But how though? Logistically, how you control this town.
Logistically, it doesn't matter. The dude's got so much money, he could lavishly support his only daughter for 33 years of her life.
Yeah. But he pulls Archie into a limo to give him the "stay the fuck away from my daughter" talk. You 33-year-old man. You 33-year-old lawyer hooligan.
You engaged adult.
Stay away from my also 33-year-old daughter who's in a different country.
Right. So Mr. Lodge and Archie have been sharing the same town for 15 years. Had they never talked about Veronica? They never met? He was just always in the shadows, watching, waiting for the moment that Archie's like, hey, you know what? I miss Veronica.
Chauffeur. My heart. It just skipped a beat. Archie's thinking of calling Veronica. I need you to destroy the phone company.
You got it, boss. I'll need a hammer.
Well, just fill out your normal expense report.
You got it, boss.
Your
I don't know how.
Is infinite dollars.
Exactly. Thank you very much. And off I go.
No one's good enough for my Veronica. No one named Archie especially. I see him around town sometimes, being
I forgot the hammer. I'm back. I forgot. Were you monologuing
we had one?
again? Yeah, we had one.
How much are hammers these days? $2,000?
Of course.
All right. I assume you're not hoodwinking me. I don't know what common items are worth. I'm that rich.
I would never wink at you, sir.
I mean, it's audible, the winking.
Oh.
But
wink.
God damn it, chauffeur. That twinkle in your eye, that's why I hired you. Mm-hmm. Now to think about Archie for 10 more years.
And
scene. Yeah, it's a weird relationship. I know it's even weirder in Riverdale.
Oh, God.
Though it's reversed. It's like, Archie's my son now, and no one can hurt him. Except me.
Yeah, except me with my words and deeds.
There's a garden party at the lodges.
Yes.
That's sort of the opening ceremony for this reunion. A bunch of stuff happens at this party.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that happen. And one of the first ones is kind of like a flashback, because Jughead along the way is imparting psychological knowledge on Archie, being like, hey man, this faulty thing in your head, you're reminiscing too much, or he's like, you're deflecting your emotions at these two ladies, because everybody knows, Archie, Veronica, Betty. It's a thing. Who's he gonna choose? Can he choose?
He's looking at the camera the whole time.
Mm-hmm. But the locker room talk scene. So the ladies that are listening, this is exactly what high school locker rooms are like. Bunch of 30-year-old men in short shorts.
Not in short shorts, my friend. In short towels. Ripped, sizzling boy flesh. Just walking around, steamy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Archie and Jughead, who are not played by younger people.
No.
They're played by the current, I would hazard a guess that I feel like every actor in this is 40.
Oh, hands down. Every male actor is probably 10 to 12 years older than the man they are portraying in this film, which means the principal is about 98.
Yeah, it's in... I don't know if it's just the fashion or because it's before my time or it's during a time when I was younger. It just they're 33. I'm like, no, they're fucking not. I'm older than that, and I don't fucking look that old. That's not a brag. That's just me. I look like a child.
It's a brag. You cute. But
Asian don't raisin.
That was dope.
Ooh, that's it now.
That's it now. Hashtag that if you're one of those people. I am not.
It's a locker room that it just sets up, hey, you remember Archie and how he can't decide between Betty and Veronica? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the thing. Also, these dicks.
Dicks like, swanging in the heat.
It's like, it is like porno lit locker room. Steam everywhere. Wet. Oh, everyone's a wet boy.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like this movie is horny on both sides. There's hunky men all over the place, and there are very foxy femme fatales, cuties.
There are lingerie laden middle-aged women.
Lingerie laden middle-aged women.
God, yeah, this movie's horned up, my dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of horned up, so Jughead Jr. gets introduced to Veronica, and we learn his catchphrase that he stole from Fozzie Bear.
Say it loud, say it proud, Aaron.
He looks her up and down, like a kid, and then goes, waka waka.
Oh, my God.
As if that's an expression. Is that what Fozzie was meaning the entire time?
Yes.
After he tells a joke, he's like, horny, waka waka.
Boner, boner.
But this kid says it a bunch. He says it
every time he sees a lady.
Real drawn out. Mm-hmm. As if he was written by a 45-year-old comedy writer.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows horny kids make it a money. That is something in the 90s, though, right? In like 90s horny movies. Kids. Every kid is just horned up. Every kid wants to bang.
I was certainly horny in the 90s, and I was certainly a kid in the 90s.
I didn't get horny until the late end of the 90s.
To the aughts.
Yeah, it was more the aughts. Oh, horny in the aughts. That's it. That's another story.
MTV's Horny in the Nuts, where we get comedians you've never heard of to talk about being horny in the 2000s.
But yes, at this garden party, Archie is faced with the two lovely ladies. And he also meets Betty's boyfriend, Bob. And this is why I'm like, Reggie's supposed to be Archie's friend. Archie...
kind of.
Kind of, right?
They're frenemies. Well, see, Reggie wants Veronica.
Reggie wants Veronica. Betty wants Archie. Veronica wants Archie. Bob wants Betty. Moose loves his family.
Yeah, I made the corkboard with strings.
Ooh, that looks nice.
For your reference. I used their current pictures.
Oh, now that you shine the full light on it, still looks nice.
Yeah, they're fine. They're actors.
Hey, actors don't crackers.
Actors aren't raptors. Meaning they aren't scary or frightening.
Except for Blue in Jurassic World.
Yeah. Those guys that wore the weird raptor heads in the blue suits. They're literally raptors. This act ends with basically Betty and Veronica find out that Archie's engaged and do a double take. Mm-hmm. Which is like, Betty, cool your jets. You got a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. But Bob, the boyfriend, he is so fucking happy to hear that Archie is engaged.
Right.
Because he was real scared. Mm-hmm. He was real insecure.
But there's that scene where they're walking, Archie and Bob are walking to go get a drink. And Bob is talking like a big shot about having Betty and thinks he and Archie on the same wavelength with women.
You know that scene that joke we did at the top? That's basically
it. He's super cavalier about his love for Betty. Archie gets a little defensive.
Yeah, I love Betty, but get married, it scares me. Guys like us, real dick holders like us.
Aaron, you're reading your lines perfectly. Give us one more.
Real XY boys.
All right, I like the chromosome thing, but I don't think this TV audience is going to pick it up. It's 1990. They just found out about that.
We did just learn we won't know what DNA is until that infamous white Bronco rolls down the LA freeway. Anyway.
Hey, buddy, you're talking about some weird stuff, okay? Everybody loves the Juice Man. Let's take it one more time.
Oh, no.
And seed.
Just a real weird piece of shit. To the point where To the point where Archie sets up a plan like, I gotta tell Betty about her shitty boyfriend. I gotta stick my nose in her business after 15 years.
Right. And this is why I'm saying, like, I don't think I ever really liked Archie because he never left well enough alone. But he's one of those characters that always falls on his feet no matter what's going on. So even though he basically stole Betty away from her boyfriend, who seems to want to marry her someday, and she seems to be happy.
Yeah, but that's not a good pair.
No, they're not a good pair.
They don't have. It's not about shared interests. They don't have respect for each other's interests, and that's bad.
Right.
You gotta have that. That's almost more important than like we both like playing Settlers of Catan.
But Archie didn't really have the same vested interest in her story. Remember?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, he read a line. He's like, "This guy." He gave the like shitty.
Right, that's so sweet.
Here's where I think is important. One, are they doing this for every reunion?
Yes,
because it's a 3-day event. Amusement parks, concerts, tournaments. I don't know. Like it's a fucking blowout. It's usually just a party, isn't it? It's like, hey, let's drink.
Well, for high school stuff, pretty much from my experience, I went to a very small high school, and every year, I think around Christmas, they have the reunion, like the high school reunion, and like they mark it off for certain classes, like 5-year, 10-year, 15, all that stuff. But like everybody, all the alumni can show up to that event. In college, my college reunion, it is a 3-day thing, but that's college. And it's also like an alumni weekend, so there will be more than just my class there.
Yeah. This is just Archie's class.
Yeah, this is a small town high school.
Yeah. Archie's class is like, must have been, they must have saved every child from a fire while simultaneously giving birth to every baby in the hospital and then raised enough money to keep fracking away. They must have done some monumental thing to deserve a 15-year blowout reunion for just their 10-person class.
Well, they're all pretty successful, so I'm sure they've donated quite a bit of money.
To a high school to a public high school.
Hey, I don't know how Riverdale rolls, man.
I mean, it might be Riverdale Academy.
Riverdale A.
Here's what's important to know at the diner. Betty wants to be a writer. Archie says, I didn't know you wanted to be a writer, even though she says this in a flashback 30 minutes later.
Yes.
That's the reason she fucking left Riverdale.
Oh,
Archie's not a good dude. 2, it's that, like you said, they're holding fucking hands, they're reminiscing about this one night where everyone thinks well, you know.
Wink.
Don't make me say it. And then Archie, like a fuck, is like, no, we did. We did do it. And Betty's like, I would have remembered. And Archie's just having a goof.
Like, that's gaslighting, bro.
That's crazy.
That's literally gaslighting.
That's not a joke. You saying, no, we had sex is not a gag.
That is not funny.
You don't go April Fools after that.
You don't.
I mean, I guess
you don't then say, gotcha.
You don't say, I'm Ashton Kutcher.
And you just been fucked.
You don't say, wait, did Nick Cannon have a prank show?
No, fuck Nick Cannon.
I just had to get it in there for the fan.
Yeah, in case, I mean, y'all don't know me that well, so I'm just going to say it. I don't like Nick Cannon, and I got a lot of reasons. Check it out on the other podcast.
We talk about it way more than anyone should.
But
yeah, let's get to the evening.
Evening. So we're back at Archie's place, and it's Archie, Jughead Jr., and Moose Jr.
Jughead's just dancing for his kids.
Fucking wavy
for their
as shit,
entertainment.
Man. He's body rolling and stuff.
Man, how can I catch my son? I guess I'll dance for him. I guess I'll play a song that I used to play and then dance
for it. And the weird thing is, their relationship gets even stranger as the movie goes along.
They straight up see each other's dicks.
Aaron,
by the end,
hold that penis, because we got to talk about after everybody goes to bed. Archie's on the phone with his fiance because he promised that he'd check in.
Yeah.
He'd check in every he said he would call 3 times. Not happening. He's kind of a dick. But he's checking in with his fiance.
Just don't say it. Just like, I'll call when I can.
Yeah.
It's my reunion weekend. Can I enjoy this, Ooh. Pam?
All right, fine, Archie. You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick up for myself. I'm making decisions now.
Great.
My stuff I keep.
No.
You I marry.
Archie.
Yes,
my sweet Archie. Mm-hmm. If you want to work for my dad's firm, you're gonna be.
Wait, is that the plot?
Yes, that is the plot, Archie. That is the plot to your life.
I thought I was working at your firm. I didn't realize it was the familial thing.
I guess you didn't know, huh?
Wait.
Well, that's your small
my boss
town
is your
idea.
Dad?
What?
My new boss is your dad?
Yes, Archie. Every woman you date or have some kind of relationship was going to have a father who's involved in my life.
Yeah, that's my thing.
And
scene.
But yes, Archie is in bed after receiving a prank and a half from Jughead Jr.
Some Jello in the classic Jello in the bed.
Classic Jello in the bed. Everybody knows it from Beverly Hills Cop.
Just like the banana in the tailpipe.
You put Jello in my bed. Don't be putting Jello in my bed.
Hey, Judge Reinhold, there's Jello in this bed. There's Jello in your bed, man.
I'm now seeing that movie and I'm going to hear, instead of banana in the tailpipe, Jello in the bed. Geez. Another crime occurs on Archie's property.
Several. It is.
This town is a nightmare. Because Veronica picks the lock to the front door.
Oh, I assumed it's classic Americana where no one locks their doors at night.
No, I think
they want visits from the fuck fairy.
Yeah, Veronica the fuck fairy.
The non-consent fairy.
Dressed like
she's wearing sunglasses at night.
She's wearing sunglasses at night and a yellow trench coat. She walks up the stairs so gently, but Jughead Jr. knows.
Ooh, nice.
She goes into the bedroom, it's lit. Archie is on the bed. Moose Jr. holds the ladder up tight. Jughead Jr. is there. She opens up her jacket. That's right, it's a black lace teddy thing. Archie, he sees the kid in the window, shuts the thing up in. And then they don't have sex. And Archie's like kind of a good dude.
In this situation. Yeah, where it's still like, no, I have a fiance.
But even then, I don't believe it. I don't believe him for a freaking second.
I don't. This is. What would you, the viewer at home, do?
I mean, I could tell you what I would do. I'd beat her in the face for running into my house at night.
Who are you? I don't know you.
I don't know you. It's been 15 years. I barely recognize you, crazy. All
right. No. You're right. That's the correct lens to look at this through. Think about someone. All right, audience. I want you to play a pretend game. Close your eyes, even if you're driving. I don't care.
My eyes are closed.
Think about someone who you had a relationship with. No matter what, but it's been a while. It's been over a decade. Let's say number off the top of my head, 15 years. They sneak into your house disrobed, wearing a sexy lingerie. They could be man or woman. It's either or.
And their intent is just to do you.
Oh,
you have company over.
To put it as gently as possible.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to sound crass, folks, but they want to make the whoopee.
They want to... I can't believe I'm saying this. They want to knock boots.
They got their mind on copulation, folks.
They intend to build a beast with, get this, 2 backs. Like, think about that. That right there is terrifying to imagine.
Vince, I guess we got to start covering Archie, because that's probably the hardest I left in a very long time.
Finally got you to laugh.
In context, it's a creepy thing. Without the communal, without the collective unconscious letting us know about Archie and their relationship, it's creepy as fuck. Then Archie kills the kid.
Yeah, Archie. So in the song, when Archie sees Jughead Jr., instead of saying, "Hey, get out of here," he pushes the ladder, which is up on the, I don't know, second or third story of the home.
He seems like he's in the attic, man. That's a third story.
Yeah, that's a third story. And Archie just said, bye-bye. All that because he put Jell-O in your bed.
And burnt a tie.
Burnt a tie and blew up your mom's favorite toaster. She's gone.
He doesn't know that Moose is holding the ladder.
Yeah. Well, we almost had a child death on our hands.
Oh, Archie, intent. Archie intended to... He didn't care. He was like... Either he was so horned up or so filled with rage...
that he just couldn't.
He just did it. He's like, I can't think about this child right now. I got to deal with this horny trespasser.
And speaking of intent, she's got some. But Archie and... What did I wrote down somewhere.
Basically, they like, hey, man, I'm engaged. You're just living in the past. We're friends, the end.
Yeah.
And Veronica agrees to it.
He smooth talks her.
Wink.
But, man.
He is a lawyer.
But in my mind, like while I was watching this, I was like, there's a lot of negative female stereotypes throughout this movie. And the characterizations of women are egregious by today's standards.
Yeah.
But they do have women in very powerful situations, right? Veronica is a strong woman who knows what she wants. She's got all this cash, and she don't care that he's married or going to be married. She's going to get that D that she wants. And and it does not matter. Pam, again, she wears the pants in the relationship. She's got the hookup for the job, for Archie's job.
It's the shrew character type.
Mm-hmm. Because the next day, as part of the reunion, they're just hanging out, playing tennis. The girls, Jughead Jr. and Moose Jr. are also there. I'm confused.
For some reason, they're
ball boys.
And then Jughead Jr. Look, he's a real Master Roshi. And you fans of the other podcasts are going to enjoy that reference. But he's setting up these human Rube Goldberg devices to look up ladies' skirts, to look at some old butts.
Mm-hmm. And it's a success.
Yeah, he does it, folks. We all see Betty's butt.
We see Betty's bloomers, bloomas, bulmas. We see her bulmas.
Hey.
Oy, ooh.
It's getting Japan in here.
Ooh, it smells like Toriyama's been in here. But they basically just use the tennis as a device to show the competition brewing between Veronica and Betty over a man who hasn't done much in 15 years. Yeah. He hasn't been anywhere. He hasn't done anything of note.
Today, all he does is go around town to be like, well, Pops' diner, he shouldn't be evicted. I'm George Bailey now. Like, goes to puts together birdhouses with the judge to be like, hey, man, I know it's Saturday and I've done zero paperwork, but can we have a trial, please?
Also, I can't build a birdhouse. Isn't that something? You've built 5 in 5 minutes. Like, what, motherfucker, you can't build a birdhouse? What good are you? We also forgot to mention that as Veronica is leaving Archie's house at night, we see her father in the limo with the driver, and he's like, eliminate him. And I'm like, damn, that dude's gonna kill Archie.
3 strikes.
Yeah, that's strike 3.
Fuck shit up.
Time to put him in the ground or something.
Lodge state law. 3 strikes and you're dead. Betty finds out what Veronica did. Because Veronica straight up tells her, just to be like, all right, you can have him, go for it. I don't care. Meh. Lies, 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 lies.
Mm-hmm.
So Betty somehow finds Archie in the library, boning up for this impromptu case.
Oh my God, this library scene.
This is where we get the flashback where Betty's like, look, you aren't going to take me to prom. You said, hey, I'm not going to take anyone to prom because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Well, guess what? Both feelings are hurt, you jerk.
Mm-hmm.
So right after graduation, I'm leaving to college to be a writer. And you'll probably forget that in 15 years.
But that, again, Archie, not a good guy. Like high school, I get it. High school Archie made some mistakes.
There's a pass. I will give several passes to high school shenanigans.
Yes.
You dumb. You're full of bone-in juice.
Yeah.
Men and women. You're filled to the brim with sex juice.
And it drives you crazy. It makes you make bad decisions.
Oh, you make the dumbest choices. You buy the stupidest shirts.
But the thing is, those kids and you, the listener, I used to be a high school student. I made bad decisions, but I made decisions.
Yeah.
I was never caught in a spot where like, oh, I just didn't make a decision and now I regret that for the rest of my goddamn life. Any
screenwriting instructor would look at the script and be like, what are you doing? Your main character, he's not proactive. He's got to make decisions. That's a character.
Mm-hmm.
He's not making it.
He's not a character. Things just happen to him. He's a body bag that talks. I'm sorry.
He's not even an audience surrogate.
No. Because the audience is sitting there like, dude, you have
Pick one.
You have 3 options right now. All of them want you despite everything you've done.
Pick Veronica.
Hey,
you know what? All right. While we're here, while I brought it up, who's your choice?
Betty.
Veronica.
Well, I guess we're going to have to kill each other.
Well, I knew it would come to this.
Oh, man, I forgot. I gave you the gun today.
Well, there's still those knives in Archie's mom's drawer.
Oh, okay.
Now cut up one of her world famous ribeyes.
You got it.
Yep, we're gonna kill this steak
and seed.
So, yeah, it's Veronica. Here's why: she rich.
I guess you're right there.
I'll admit it.
But I mean,
she's fun and she's rich.
I guess it says a lot.
Rich is a bonus.
It says
it's
a lot
very
about
big
me.
bonus.
It's a huge bonus. I think you're right there.
No. You got look. We made our decisions.
I made my decision. I'm going to stick by Betty. I think her writing will make us rich in time.
Look, I'm glad we figured this out before we got magically transported PageMaster style into an Archie comic, and we hit on these us mid-20 to mid-30-year-olds go hit on some high school kids.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, we look just like everybody else.
Yeah. Everyone looks the same age.
Yeah.
Or would we look super old? Because there's like only young and old people.
Yeah. There's nobody in the middle
comic.
in the Archie
comic. There's no. Yeah, it's like a weird inverted Logan's Run. From 18 to 30, you're just gone.
You just don't exist.
You come back as a 50-year-old.
Mm-hmm. For your 15-year reunion. Yeah, so Betty runs into Archie at the library. They have what can only be described as the hottest, like, closest conversation.
Oh, they almost kiss for 5 minutes.
They almost kissed throughout an entire, like, that's 2 pages of dialogue they went through. And like, how uncomfortable must this have been for the actress that played Betty? Because somebody on the other side of the camera was like, closer. No, like close, like he's really, like he's inside you close.
This feels
he's
really
so
close. I mean, this feels close enough to me. Is it reading?
What did I say? I said closer. My script, my rules.
Oh, boy.
Sorry. I had 2 cups of coffee today.
The hardest drug in the Archieverse
is coffee and scene. But yeah, that scene made me so uncomfortable for everyone involved.
But then nothing happens. She's like, yeah, you're right.
Thanks for putting it in perspective.
Bye. So in the middle of the movie, everyone's saying they don't want anyone.
Right.
So here's another crime.
Yeah. Another crime befalls Archie.
Archie leaves the library. I guess Jughead is driving him around, even though Jughead took the bus. But
Jughead's driving the car because he messing with Rob? No. He picked him up at the library, I guess.
Yeah, the way I saw it, I felt like he's like, hey, Jughead and children, wait here while I go bone up on lawyering for like 3 hours.
Let me look at no books.
So they get in the car. We see the chauffeur. He's hiding in the gazebo. Expertly hiding in a chauffeur outfit.
Did you notice that the reunion made front page news?
I did not.
It has the Riverdale reunion on the front page of the paper as he folds it down. And then this scene, amazing. Brava. It's amazing they got it all in one take.
So the chauffeur cuts the brake. Yeah, he cuts the brake lines and dislodges the steering wheel on this car.
Cutting the brakes, making the gas pedal stick, removing the gear shifter, and removing the ability to turn on, to take the key out. Archie takes the key, and the car is still running.
This is all this in a matter of hours. No one's saying anything to this man.
Jughead was in the car.
Doing heavy mechanic. Jughead's like, chauffeur, huh? Yeah.
Tough
anyway,
gig.
I'll let you about your business.
I'm just gonna eat this burger.
He only does it once. I'm very disappointed. Every scene, that actor should have been like, "Can I get a burger for this scene?"
He had a sandwich in one scene.
I just wanted it's burger. It's burgers or nothing to me, baby.
I guess you're right there.
Jughead, he's a burger eating fool. If I have 101 gripes with this movie, the 101st would be not enough eating from Jughead.
This sabotage is epic because not only you intend to cut somebody's brakes so that when they are driving and they trying to come to a stop, they keep going. Ideally off of a cliff into a watery grave, right? That's what you do when you cut the brakes. Send them down a hill. Yeah. They cannot stop. There's only one direction to go, and that's down. Instead, the car almost has a mind of its own as it continuously accelerates.
It obeys a lot of traffic laws and turns, surprisingly.
A lot of left turns.
Yeah.
A lot of right turns on red lights.
But it's like every trope of a chase. They go through a farmer's market. They're going through residential areas. This must have taken days to shoot.
Aaron, it also must have taken most of the goddamn budget.
It is kind of impressive with how long they go with it. Mm-hmm. The coup de grace is that they run into Reggie's gym. Take that, capitalism. At the very end before commercial break, Archie looks at the kids and goes, "Fun, huh?"
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, all of you almost died.
You were in a convertible, and there were so many things.
How do you think Moose would have felt?
Good God.
Because if it, Archie, I gave you my... This is Moose's voice, by the way.
Yeah.
Archie, I said, look over my boy, and you didn't. And now you're suing me.
Well, Moose, you see, it was never my intention to harm your child in any way. And I don't want to cast aspersions on you and your family. You see, I was a victim just like you, just like Moose Jr., just like Jughead Jr. and Jughead.
I'm grabbing your neck and holding you up against the wall.
Come on, Moose. Now's not the time for chiropractics.
I'm too nice. I'm sorry. It's bothering me.
Oh.
All right. Now you're aligned. I can be mad at you again.
Oh, Moose. Oh, I didn't know I needed that. Okay. Well,
well, you're dead to me, and I'm going to spend every waking moment destroying your family just like you destroyed mine.
Try it.
Yeah, you lucky son of a bitch.
And see
you next Tuesday for a chiropractic. honestly, man, fuck Archie.
Dude.
Throughout this whole thing.
Dude, Archie might be my Bulma here. He might be my Nick Cannon of the Riverdale universe.
I mean, if you want to know what all that means, go check out Come My House Party.
Ooh,
weekday, Tuesdays.
Weekdays on the internet.
I mean, technically every day on the internet.
Every day on the internet.
But specifically Tuesday.
Tuesdays are when they come out. So right after commercial.
So we are in court, my dude.
Right. Because this is what I'm talking about. Archie's misfortunes end up doubling back and becoming his greatest achievements. Because when he was talking to the judge, he said, "I'll find a way to make you come to court on a weekend." Oh, and that way was driving into a friend, quotes, Aaron quotes, a friend's establishment, and the judge bailing you out. The judge bailed you out and then says, "Look, we're going to settle this like adults in court right now." Because again, this is all happening within 3 days.
Oh boy. I think the judge is like, I think the judge knows that like Archie is surrounded by some sort of luck bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I think after all these years, look, Archie's a lawyer. It's not like he just turned into a lawyer. What is it? So say, okay, 21, 22, graduate, gets his bachelor's. 26, finishes law school?
Yeah, generously, I guess.
All right, 20. I mean, you tell me. I'm not a lawyer. You lawyers tell us. What, 28 he's finished law school?
I'd say like, yeah, if he passed the bar the first time, 26, 27.
You know that lucky fucker did.
Mm-hmm. Something happened with that dot matrix exam. You don't know. He was drawing Betty and Veronica and dots. And they're like,
yep,
he got a perfect score.
Wow, I've never seen a man pass the bar.
Nobody ever passed the Riverdale bar exam.
It's a very specific localized bar exam.
So we are in court, and it's pretty cut and dry. Reggie's boss signed permission on the rental contract. He has the right to evict. Period. Carte blanche.
Done. Black and white, clear as day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Good day, sir.
Yes. And if I was Reggie, that's what I would have said. But no, the judge just allowed Archie to speak without properly addressing him as a judge or motioning the court to speak on behalf of his client, his own father. No witnesses. Just a bunch of people that are piping up out of nowhere. Why are they there? Doesn't really involve you. You don't even live here.
It's like, we haven't been here for 15 years, but I really care about this now.
Yeah, and Archie, he's so frustrating.
He gives a dumb speech.
He gives a very dumb speech.
Also,
how did his sweater get so clean? Sweater is spotless.
He's got a spare. Don't wear a sweater in court.
Of course.
He should wear those suspenders like his girlfriend told him.
Ooh, savage.
So the last line of this whole dumb speech is just basically, if you get rid of Pops, quote, you might as well throw our souls away.
Wait, there's another line that is just as good.
All right.
How about this? Archie says at one point, I have no more cases to cite, no more legal tactics. And I'm saying, motherfucker, what legal tactics?
That's the perfect time to sit down. That's what it sounds like. You're done lawyering.
But like, he cited one case that is not relevant to this case. He cited that
he tried to get it as a
landmark,
site.
as a historic society, some stupid.
But they're like, it's a commercial building. I'm like, bitch, I don't believe that. That's a building. You don't think people are hawking wares in historical sites?
I mean, the gift shop is always a couple of feet away.
Look, the soda shop is the gift shop.
Exactly. You could have said that.
Yeah. The sodas are the gifts.
But he didn't even say like e pluribus unum or like your honor or I motion to or objection. He said no legalese.
I mean, I guess you're right. He only got that job because it was dumb because of that fiance he met somehow, not in Riverdale.
Somehow.
Was he a tourist in Jacksonville, Florida?
You
and
better
they
believe
bumped into each other?
He went alone.
Straw hat.
Straw hat.
mouth.
Yeah.
Straw overalls.
Exactly. Everything's straw.
Golly, the big city, Jacksonville.
There's my mark.
Ooh, look at that tall drink of dumb.
I'm Kim Cattrall. And I've been looking for a dumb piece of shit to fuck all night. He's mine, ladies.
Sure, yeah. Kim Cattrall has spoken. Thus is law.
And scene.
So the judge, instead of saying, like a judge would say, like, yeah, that's the law, goodbye. He's like, I got to think about this.
He has to sleep on it.
Boy, this is a real...
I bet you what he did was like...
The evidence isn't clear, so I better sleep on it.
I better make a birdhouse about this, okay? I'll be back.
This is going to take... God. Well, there goes my birdhouse habit. The missus is going to kill me. My doctor said I got to cut back.
I mean, and this case should have been thrown out day one. I mean,
it should have been brought in.
It should not have come to this because, I mean, if I was Reggie, I would have cited the defendant threw his car into my building in retaliation for me upholding the contract in which his father signed. Now, you, Your Honor, did or did you not bail this man out of jail and give him this trial? Boom. And that case is thrown out, or we could settle it up at Jacksonville Court.
Municipal, yeah. The city.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's kind of the only thing that really happens in this act.
Yeah.
If I'm looking, I'm like, none of the like status quo changes. It's basically people talking to each other about what just went down, but nothing. There's no true turns. I mean, it's just Archie and Veronica go to a lake.
His car works. His car works somehow.
Oh man,
it's drivable again.
The chauffeur's got to cover his tracks, so he fixed it all up.
He fixed it. I think that's the movie I want to see.
It's Jughead. He sees the chauffeur again. Hey, you're back. Cool. Well, I'll still mind my own business as you mess with Archie's car in some way.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm just a chauffeur. I just drive. Oh, is that a burger?
Yep, it's two.
Oh,
one for me and one for me.
Is it? Are these both your kids?
That's a long story.
Oh, who put Jell-O in my hat?
Now let's kill him.
What? No. Oh.
Son, you rascal. We really got to work on our communication.
Okay, this car looks the exact same way it was when you were in it before. Goodbye.
Well, I'll never question this or mention it to Archie.
And see.
Oh, that was a bunch. If you thought that was a mess, I mean, we were reading the script, deleted scene. That was a deleted scene that we got a hold of. Noah and Kyle sent it over and said, please read this verbatim in your dumbest, not kind of half trying voices. So it's their fault.
It's their fault.
Is what I'm saying.
If you didn't like that, blame Noah and Kyle.
All right. So next act, I'm guessing Saturday night.
Saturday night.
And you know how men do on Saturday night? They like to hang out in a junkyard.
Gotta hang out in Jughead's junkyard.
Which I believe was a thing.
It sounds right. And honestly, pretty clean as far as junkyards go.
It's just a bunch of stuff the prop department
it's
left around.
They shot this in the props department. And just, again, like in this scene, not a lot happens. They find some old stuff. Jughead Jr. finds a baseball mitt signed by Hank Aaron.
Yeah. What? And none of them are like, give that to me. This is mine now. Money. Yeah. Goodbye. Fuck you, kid.
Jughead could have as much money as he ever wanted with that Hank Aaron signed thing.
And
it never gets brought up again. But what Archie does save is a fucking root beer bottle because they don't make these. They don't make them like this anymore.
Root beer bottle. I really want this. Yeah, he is a hoarder. I got it. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's the only time he can make a decision is when it's about junk. His inability to let go of the plastic clearly is, leaking out into his current life.
Oh, yeah.
The whole I'll go ahead and spoil it for you folks. The whole moral of this movie is like, live in the past.
Yeah, that's it. It's
fuck your future.
Change. Do not change.
Yeah. Oh, go back to your hometown.
Change for nothing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, if I went crazy. Did Jughead pick up a sock and say, I bet you remember this, or something along those lines?
It was something along those lines with the sock, with the moldy sock.
He placed some importance on a sock.
Okay, Aaron, are you going where I'm thinking you're going?
I just want to know why he's picking up cum socks and pointing it out to Archie.
Thank you. That was a jizz sock.
Yeah, we all know this.
Everybody knows.
Here's the question.
Back in 1975, you came in a sock, not in a tissue, okay?
Yeah. Those are expensive. You can't afford that on a high school kid budget.
Yeah, those Kleenexes, they weren't cheap back then.
They add up. I mean, as much as a high school kid's doing it, they add up.
You don't have any. There's not enough tissues in the world for high school.
So, but whose was it? Was it multiple people's? Why did he say, do you remember this? We don't have to explore that. I'll bring it up. You don't have to unpack it. I mean, because we both know it's theirs. Anyway, the next day.
To the next day at the gazebo.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you want? I'm going to take this one. Why, Aaron? Why don't you just sit back?
All right,
let me talk. So, there's this pan shot of all of our favorite characters out and about in the park. Okay, we got Jughead and his boy. Jughead Jr. is listening to some kind of funky stuff, some hip hoppy stuff, and even says "Dad, you don't even like this, do you?" Jughead can't tell if he does like it or not. But what he notices is his son is staring at a young lady, appropriate in age, and instead of giving her the old up and down,
there's no waka wakas.
There's no waka wakas. There's just stammering and I can't talk to this girl. And then you didn't know this movie was a musical, did y'all? Because Jughead's like, I got an idea. You're going to conquer your fear of women right now by doing a rap and a dance.
Oh. Remember that song I showed you last night? I need you to come up with a new freestyle, baby.
And they rap over the whole thing, right?
Oh, and
I love Jughead's moves. I think Jughead's got some good moves. The dude can dance. But up until this point in the movie, not a person of color has been shown even in the background. But as they are doing their rap and they're posing and they're hipping and they're hopping, the producers or somebody had to say, all right, it's rap, so we gotta have a black person.
Yeah, but do we
sign off on it? They've gotta say it's okay. It's their thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Thing.
That's the rule now, and that's a rule that's going to be forever. Everyone's going to have one black person sign off on it.
It's got to be signed off on.
And we'll call them producers.
And the producer that we have, Gary, he kind of said he wanted to be in the movie, so why don't we just put him in? Let him be the coach.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever know. The coach is never seen.
Put him in, coach. More like put coach in.
Oh,
right.
All right.
We can put
Gary. You're not a writer.
Just one gag. Just let me get a credit on it, and then it'll set me up.
You're an executive producer.
Come on, but I can be talent too. Come on.
You don't have.
I'm not just money.
You're doing too much. Okay, you nailed it with that chase. I mean the driving scene. Okay,
I did buy a lot of things for that.
That is going to kill on network TV. NBC is going to eat that shit up. Now, just get other Gary into a coach's outfit, have him nod and say that it's okay that we did this, okay?
Fine, I'll pay him. All right, Gary, get in here. I got some money for you.
Oh, you talk about me? All right, let's do it.
and scene. So that's why it's okay, is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is it's the blatant exploitation of rap music and then made okay by having a person of color, a token person of color at that, nod knowingly. Like, Y'all did it. And then the thing that takes the cake for me is they started speaking jive at the end. Jughead's like, yo, kid, give me some skids. He's like, I got you, dog. Bang, bang. Let's go. Did you see my moves, homie? I was crushing it. I was bang. I'm like,
they were instant friends afterwards.
Instant friends.
I don't like.
Jughead Jr. never talked to that girl.
Nope, they left. They walked away. The whole plan.
Because you know where they had to go. Back to court to hear the verdict.
Which is no.
Which is Archie loses.
Yeah.
The judge had to sleep on all that legal evidence Archie presented.
The best thing that has happened in this movie.
I was so happy. And then confused when Reggie is like, I gotta change your heart, but I'm still a piece of shit, so put in a good word for me with Veronica, and I'll talk to her dad about him not buying the place. That's his... Oh, my God.
Guess when it comes up again. Never
comes up again.
He's just a shit boy.
Reggie's just he's an old F boy.
Yeah. Those frowny boys. Always causing frowns.
Archie, in that conversation with Reggie, says something that's insightful and kind of impressive for such a shit person. He says, Veronica is her own person. She makes her own decisions. She's goddamn 33, you 33-year-old jerk. Like, I wish somebody would just be like, guys, we are 33. Not
what
23, not 43. We are 33. This shit should be over.
We should have hooked up once in Thanksgiving and then been like, well, this was a horrible idea. Goodbye forever. Boop.
And then the icing on the cake of Archie loses, and he's still somehow a hero because Veronica just can't stand it anymore, walks up to him and just makes out with him in front of Reggie. I think what they were trying to get was Veronica heard him say all of those things and was so taken by him, she had to. She couldn't hold back anymore. Yeah. And even Reggie says, he didn't even win the case as he gets into his car and drives away.
Yeah. He didn't win the case. And everyone knows that if you don't win a case, you don't deserve love. Everyone in Riverdale knows that. Article 2, Section 3. If no Casey, no Lovey.
No Casey, no Lovey. Article 2, Section 3 of the Riverdale Handbook.
Which I can't wait to dig into that handbook.
Ooh, what are you thinking? Saute?
Ooh, a nice poach.
Ooh,
in a nice tomato sauce.
Oh yes, a nice tomato sauce with basil lightly dripped all over it.
I'm getting for real hungry, not just bit hungry.
I haven't eaten dinner.
Yeah. I know this is long, folks, but we got they made us watch a whole movie. Blame them.
Mm-hmm.
They closed down a fucking amusement park for this goddamn reunion.
And the guy who owns it set it back to 1975 prices. So that was 2 tickets for 25 cents. I don't know if that's true.
Back in 1975, everyone talked like this.
Back in 1975.
Everyone's dancing the Charleston. 1975.
We kicked the crap out of Hitler. 1975.
Nixon impeached.
1975. What a turbulent time to
grow
up.
Bell-bottoms.
Bell-bottoms. Love is everywhere, but no hanky-panky.
Yeah, no smooching. Here's where Gary, the coach, comes in.
Yeah, this is where he makes his money.
Hey guys, here's some go-karts. There's a bunch of balls. You're basically playing Hungry Hungry Hippos. Go!
Which looks like the most fun. They call it bumper car polo.
It is kind of fun.
It looks like a lot of fun. Everybody gets a broom. There are all these bouncy balls. You got to hit them into a goal. Whoever gets the most in the goal wins. Pretty simple.
Everyone's mad. So Ben and Veronica are like giving those fuck eyes to Archie as they're driving around, and everyone's getting mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Because Bob's there.
Bob appears again.
Yeah.
Bob is there.
I'm back.
Reggie. And who else are on the same team?
I don't want to get into teams.
It doesn't matter who the teams are. Basically, Bob and Reggie decide that like Archie being nice to their love interests is too much. This is what breaks them. They do a pincer technique, slam Archie into one of the goals, comes crashing down, and the whole crowd is like, big old gasp.
Not the loser Archie.
Oh my God, the guy who couldn't save his own father's restaurant as a lawyer who's going to the big city.
Wait a minute. What
did I say?
No, I had a revelation. I was touched by the hand of Archie Comics themselves, the company, maker of Sonic the Hedgehog comics.
Why wasn't Sonic
tie it back in? Oh man. Well, he would have won this competition. Anyway, don't distract me with your Sonic love. All right. So, this is a Truman Show situation. Archie's being Truman Show. That's why that's why all this was set up in place.
So he couldn't leave. Aaron, we're done. End the podcast. How do we end this? With that, how do we end this podcast?
Noah and Kyle, please quit the pod. You can't do the podcast anymore. We did it. We broke it.
We just did it.
It's done. It's over forever.
Oh my.
Tell me, look,
Aaron, audience, you're right. You're right. End of story. You are correct.
Tell me I'm wrong. So none of this matters. It's all an act.
This is all. Oh my God! It's so perfect. It's so perfect. That's why nothing has changed.
It's what the TV viewing audience wants. It's like a good sitcom. Everyone's back to normal at the end.
Oh my God! I mean, we're glancing over some really, really big things. Not really big, but some funny moments.
Yeah. But here's what we gotta. Even though none of this matters because it's a Truman Show situation, we'll get to these big bits. So one, Betty, she's tired of her boyfriend.
Yep.
Who again cites why she shouldn't like Archie because he lost the case.
He lost the case. What's your problem?
He made up a fake case. Why do you like him?
He's not proficient at his craft. What's he good for?
He's not 100% at lawyering, which is fucking impossible. He's a loser. So Betty walks over to, I guess Archie's staying in a hotel. Yeah, Archie's staying in a hotel now.
Archie's staying in a motel.
There's a bunch of stuff.
Because he was moving out of his home.
He got his Pam. Yeah, Pam kicked him out a day early, right? Basically,
pretty much. Like they let the new couple move in, literally underneath him. Like he wakes up, stands out on his balcony. Mm-hmm. His balcony. Why are you moving to the city? Your house is awesome. Stands out on his balcony in his PJs. And it's like, hey, what are you guys doing with my stuff? And they're like, we're putting it in storage for you. Just this other couple.
Just leave.
Yeah, just get out of here. Go find a motel or something.
So he's in a motel. Betty comes over. She's like, I wrote a new story.
And you wonder why I picked Betty?
I mean, I guess.
And I don't mean to be rude. She showed up, Aaron, looking like a snack.
I will say she had a better seduction scene than Veronica. Veronica was very like, this is happening. Let's go.
I'm going to
pants off.
I'm going to get you.
But Betty, you know, she got things ready. She took her time. She's like, hey, I wrote a new story.
Saucy story in a leather-clad envelope.
So she wrote. Here's what it is. She wrote Archie fan fiction.
Bruh.
She did friend fiction.
Bruh. That's why you're so right. This is the Truman Show. This is not real. None of it matters. First, I was like, okay, he's going to find a way to get Betty like all hot and bothered and then be like, I can't do this. Along that way, Veronica shows up.
Yep.
Then,
she's like, she's ready to go.
She's ready to go. Leopard everything because it's 1990. And then Pam, business suit Pam, mind you, she rocking that business suit, but she shows up.
Archie goes with Pam.
Archie then leaves
just to
with
get
Pam.
out of it. Can't decide.
Yeah, because he can't decide. There is constantly someone saving him from making this decision. Why everybody in his life is enabling him? Because it's the Truman Show or the Archie Show.
So then they go away, and Pam's like, you know what? I am going to go to this union because you're going to fuck one of these two girls. But really, he's not because he can't decide.
And
shouldn't be worried.
And I'm not sure if Pam is like so aware that she's like, yo, I'm down. I'm going to watch you do this or what? Because she seems to know that he's doing something behind her back.
Yeah, something's going not quite right. Do you think they've had sex?
Pam and Archie?
Yeah.
Based on that initial kiss, yes.
Ooh.
I mean, underneath that pantsuit is a whole lot of woman.
So speaking of a whole lot of woman, we've neglected to mention
This is where we mentioned that Jughead Jr.'s relationship gets weird.
Yeah.
This is where it gets weird.
Throughout the show, there's been a character who is canonical named Big Ethel, who was always crushing on Jughead. And Jughead has been avoiding her this whole time. But finally he's like, I'm going to go to her house. I'm going to talk to her, get over my fear of women. She comes to the door. She is...
She's in a swimsuit.
Yeah.
And she is, and I wrote in my notes, fine. I wrote it just like that because she is statuesque. She is so tall, so leggy.
She's happy to see him. She's like, hey, I'm about to hop into the jacuzzi. Why don't you two join me?
Why don't you two join me?
Why don't you two join me? Not, hey, my mom can look over
little Jughead Jr.
while we catch up.
By catch up, I mean I'm going to mount you, you dancing fool.
You skinny little freak. You string bean, big dick motherfucker.
You know Jughead's got a massive crank.
And he's being greedy with it.
He's got a huge Jason Statham in his pants. He's been saving it up.
He's not sharing. But like, why are they both in the jacuzzi? That's why I'm like, what happened here?
Oh, man. And you know they didn't show up with bathing suits?
No, they're just in their underwear.
Mm-hmm. Jughead Jr. probably went all the way down because he's like, I'm a kid and I'm not a perv. I like little girls. And I'm a little boy.
Look, I know. He starts like, look, Dad, woman I just met. I know I've done, my voice is deeper now because I've matured. I know I've done some shit these past couple days. I've done some Jello stuff. I've blown up a man's tie. I've committed acts of voyeurism. But even I know this fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go hang out with Moose and like, I play Pokemon. I'm going to do kid shit.
I'm going to play poker.
I'm going to, I don't know. I'm probably going to like throw sticks at things. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go make fun of little girls because I don't know how to deal with my emotions.
Yeah, I'm going to figure out what kids do, but I know it's not this. Good day.
And we get like a very hard cut to the jacuzzi. I mean, not to the jacuzzi. That's what I wished we got. But we get a hard cut to the real party, to the last party of this 3-day long reunion that has been a marathon for Archie. I don't know when he slept. Couldn't have been for very long. He was up every night, out every day. He had a 2-day case somehow.
God, he did more in 2 days than most of us do in like a year.
Yeah.
He
fell in and out of love with 3 women.
He's had more life events than
fought
Facebook
with his
could keep
rival.
up with.
Became a pseudo uncle to a child.
Almost killed that said child. Like butted heads with a tycoon.
Yes, a tycoon
with. I'm gonna guess land. I don't know.
He got to be a wealthy landowner.
Business boy.
He's got a business degree in.
Yeah, in money.
I got my business degree.
I majored in cashola, baby.
And we have, at this party, we get more of Jughead's sweet moves in the middle of the dance floor because nobody can touch him. He's just like, oh, look, I'm a robot with broken ankles. Oh, look at my shoulder pop up and down.
So here's what it is. Betty and Veronica.
Boom.
Tag teaming right at the gate.
Both. I'd like to say looking like snacks.
Right out of the gate. Archie, choose one of us. Do it.
Pam is there.
Pam is right there.
They care not that his literal fiance is standing right next to him. She says, wait, what?
What?
Go ahead. Go for it.
Then Mr. Weatherby And they've been talking about this before. He comes up, he's like, it's time for you, the Archies, their band, to go on.
Yep.
And the Archie's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, motherfucker, I just saved your ass. Get up on stage.
Like, this is
dude.
maybe fourth or fifth time this has happened where somebody has come in and made him not make a decision.
The producer squawked in my earpiece and said, you better go up to Archie before he fucking picks one of them. It's like, well, I don't want to get fired. I've had this job for 33 years.
And
no
then,
pension.
And then the whole band gets together. So the band is Archie on guitar and vocal, Jughead on the drums, because he's the best. Then we got rhythm. Then we have Veronica on keyboard and Betty on, you guessed it, the tambourine.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Reggie, because everybody cares about him still, and he gets a very mute response after jumping in. He's like, you're not doing this without me. It's like, hell yeah, we are. You play bass.
Hey, bass is important.
No, I know bass is important. Reggie's not.
That's true. The bass could just stay up there and it would be fine.
And they are playing for the crowd. The crowd loves it. And then Mr. Weatherby, he gets somebody whispers something into his ear again. Turns out Archie's dad, aka Pops, is standing out front of a midnight demolition crew, complete with a wrecking ball.
Because that's when demolition happens in the middle night on a Sunday.
But also, they would then need to take down the entire building because the diner is next door to Reggie's business, and there are also
I'm pretty sure there are like you can evict, but there are like you have X days.
Yeah.
People can, I'm pretty sure you can just squat and not pay rent for like 6 months before they can actually do anything.
Well, Riverdale renters' rights, different story.
Or that's section 4.
Section 4, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Subsection B, 2.
Yep.
Nobody reads that one except
evictee whenever.
That's all it says in Comic Sans.
Evictee
whenever.
That's why it's that's why I had to sleep on it. It's a very loose interpretation of the law.
Exactly.
Like, what does it truly mean to evictee? I believe it was Aristotle who said
my favorite movie starring Matt Damon and Morgan Freeman, Evictee. Oh man.
We're all right. So look, folks, it's the last act. If you've held on this long, dog bless you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shoe bless you, as we say on the podcast. Here, let's do the highlights.
Yes.
And you stop when we need to break some things down. It's that classic moment where Pops is standing in front of the bulldozers. Archie steps in and says, yeah, you can't tear it down. And then everyone else in town does it.
I'd like to also big ups to the police because they were about to treat white people like they treat everybody else. They had nightsticks at the ready, and oh my god, it was about to go down. I was going to be real happy.
You were just eating popcorn, excited, Bill Hader style.
Bill Hader, yes, I was Bill Hader excited. The chauffeur shows up again, hands Archie a gift. He says a present from Mr. Lodge, right, and then just off camera.
Goodbye.
Mr. Lodge is watching the whole thing from his van.
From his weird, I've got swivel chairs in it van.
My hideout mobile.
This is my security van. It's my Archie watching van. I have a mini fridge with my sodas and my snacks.
All from Pop's Diner just to add to the irony.
Yeah, I eat Pop's Diner morning, noon, and night. This is all a sham to get him to be my personal chef.
Veronica shows up and she gives this speech. You've given me everything and blah, blah, blah. And it takes some money out of her purse, throws it at him. Like, I don't want it anymore. I want Archie, I guess.
There's like 20 different shows about this type of person living in the big city.
Right.
Is all I'm going to say.
Some star me, Kim Cattrall. Ooh.
Alina Dunham type.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want your money, but can you do this thing for me, baby?
Yeah. She's like, what does she say? She says, I don't need your money. It's like, choose either your money or your 33-year-old daughter.
Daughter who you still support.
Like, what?
Like, that's...
If I was your dad, I'd be like, I'm going to keep my money. You're going to get a job and live.
You think you're too old to get whooped?
Nah. This belt comes off no matter how old you are.
I don't wear suspenders. I'm not some big city lawyer.
Oh, boy.
I guess it's a more... You know what? No, fuck all this. The wrong people lost in this movie. I'll say that. I'll say it all day long.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go there. The wrong people lost.
Mr. Lodge should have been like, yeah, you know what? Finally, you stood up to me, and you're going to keep standing up to me and living on your own. Goodbye.
Yeah, or
Bam,
he'd even say, like, here's a nice check to get you started. It has like $10 million on it.
Yeah. We're going to get you Trump started. Boom. Not regular started. Got him.
Take that.
Pop's Diner should have closed.
Pop's Diner should have closed. Reggie should have turned it into like a smoothie shop. Pops should be working there at the smoothie place.
Here's the thing, my dude. That gym's going under in a year.
Has to.
That's too much expansion for that small of a market.
Yeah. What are you going to get? People from Jacksonville coming to Riverdale?
That ain't going to do that. I mean, I get you got a corner on the tri-state area, but come on.
Mm-hmm.
No. So Pops is just going to get the diner back at a cheaper price.
Yep.
Or he can just like, hey, man, here's the other thing. They're like, we'll move Pops. We'll get him a different restaurant. And Archie's like, it's not the same.
We can't decorate it the same way.
I didn't hold hands with 5 different girls at the same time at that shop. I made 0 life decisions in that shop. You can't tear it down.
I mean, it seems like the real winners of this whole thing is Jughead and Jughead Jr. And I'll even say this, Moose, because at the when Archie gets hurt at the bumper polo,
he's the big hero.
Moose is the big hero, and basically with one fell swoop saves Archie's life.
Yeah,
and saving him from any medical bills.
Yeah. Hey, man, I saved you a hospital's visit for free, by the way.
Yeah,
please don't kill me.
Even after you put my son in mortal danger.
After you almost killed my child. Those should have been the winners. Especially, so that gift that the chauffeur gave Archie was a bomb. And I guess there was a little miscommunication on Mr. Lodge's and the chauffeur's part. I don't know what you expect people to do when you say take care of it. That's clearly hey, kill them talk.
Yeah, there's no subtext there.
And what else was he supposed to do? Like, hey, make him stop talking to Veronica. What can I do? Send some letters? Get in front of them whenever he starts talking to Veronica? Like,
Yeah, it would be really, that's a very hard task for a chauffeur who also has to drive you around to follow them around.
Yeah, it's a hard, vague task. So and then at the end, he's like, hey, don't make that bomb go off. He's like, maybe I wanna.
Yeah.
So maybe the chauffeur had eyes on one of Archie's 12 women.
I mean, it seems like all the men in town who are
getting cucked by
Archie.
Look, I know cucking is a big theme with maple syrup blood money around these parts. So we got to throw it in there. All the men in this town are getting cucked by a celibate Archie. That's the worst part.
It is. He's childless.
They're not even doing the things that Sims do under blanket. They're not even making woo-hoo together. And I'm getting cucked by this guy.
Exactly.
So Archie finds out it's a bomb. They dispose of it. Guess what the bomb blows up?
Reggie's Diner, you guessed it.
Yep, his gym diner. His workout / short order cookery. Fuck you. I would be so mad.
Yeah, I would too. And Reggie even doesn't believe that it's a bomb. He's like, no, you're messing with me. You're just trying to make me look like an idiot. Then he stands up and gets shrapnel in the face.
Yeah. Well, I'm dead now.
Yeah. That's how Reggie died.
Yeah. So the next day. So
again, another next day.
Yeah. So it's a denouement. I'll go ahead and say this. Everyone moves back to fucking Riverdale. Everyone's broken up with their fiance or boyfriend.
Nothing matters. Yeah. Archie's still there.
Everything's
the Archie
fine.
Truman Show can go on.
And like at the Pop's Diner.
Yep.
Betty and Veronica run in and like
looking like snacks.
Yeah. Oh, they're wearing like what they wore, something reminiscent of what they wore in high school to get those synapses firing an old redhead.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they're like, "Hey, Archie, you gonna I don't know, you dumped your fiance. Clearly, there's a reason for that. You gonna fucking choose one of us?"
Mm-hmm.
Both of us are living in fucking Riverdale again because of you.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
And even then, right before he has to make a decision,
the director cues Jughead.
Who's like, "Hey, Jughead Jr. wants to be closer to his Uncle Archie, and there's plenty of psychiatrists in the big city. I want to go tackle a smaller market with less money." Oh my God!
I mean, who may have the monopoly on it?
I guess that's right, but in my mind, the citizens of Riverdale don't acknowledge mental health issues.
That's true.
That's why Archie just hangs around there, because everybody's like, "Dude, you have commitment issues. You're a committophobe. Also, you're a hoarder.
You're in everyone's business. Hey, man, instead of taking care of the town, why don't you take care of yourself?
Archie, why don't you go on vacation somewhere?"
Yeah.
Like Jacksonville.
Double reference. 1, call back to the show before. 2, Truman Show.
We did it.
Yeah, here's how it ends. It does it. It just, everything's the same. They are back to their high school statuses.
Mm-hmm. They went back to 1975.
I mean, Vince, you haven't been out of high school that long. But I'm sure you would fucking hate it if you just went back to like how you were right after high school.
If you put me back into like, if I was like a passenger in like high school Vince's body, I would be screaming at the top of my lungs like I was in the sunken place, like, "Get me out of here! What is he doing? He can't do that. That's a bad idea. Well, at least he made a choice, but now look at him."
So would you be, wait, hold on. In this scenario, you referenced sunken place. Are you watching?
Oh, yeah.
So you're just watching a la being John Malkovich and not controlling.
No. I don't have control. In this version, I am a passive.
Oh, God.
I am a passive observer of my high school self making decisions.
Oof.
Yes. It's the worst thing I could think of.
I'm getting physically ill.
Right? Could you imagine doing that?
Oh, this is not a joke. I am like, my stomach genuinely hurts thinking about this. I wish you can't see, but I'm like making the that face when you say
I can see the face in my mind's eye.
Let's get out of I can't be in high school, Vince. Get me out.
Okay, well, ring. That's the school bell ending for summer.
Yay. Okay, so yeah, that was it.
That's the movie.
We did it. If you're still listening, gee, be creepy. You've got a long commute. But
it's not that we were captivating or entertaining at all. No. It was that you had an appropriate commute.
Not that it certainly wasn't to find out what happened to these knuckleheads.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what we'll do. 1, I want to thank Noah and Kyle for letting us.
Thank you, Noah and Kyle.
Invade. No, we had a lot of fun. It's, you know what? After watching this, let's never talk ill of Dragon Ball again.
What are you talking about? I still hate Bulma. And Nick Cannon.
Yeah. Look, we made a lot of references to things that you might not have picked up on. But if you want to find more, you can come over to our podcast, which is Kame House Party. We are attempting to watch every episode and iteration of Dragon Ball. That's the first one, Dragon Ball, when he's a little kid, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, all that stuff.
Yep.
We're trying to watch all of it. And then we pretty much do what we did here. We talk about it, and then we'll do some improv, and then we'll do a bunch of jokes, and we'll reference Nick Cannon. And if you like that, you can listen to it on the same app that you're listening to us now.
What?
You don't have to change apps, my dude.
It's just all you got to do is add a feed. Is that what you're telling me, Aaron?
I think that is what I'm telling you. Kame House Party.
Just hit that plus button on that feed.
KAME House Party, because we picked a hard to spell name for the uninitiated.
Yeah, and we.
What else do you want to? I don't know if there's anything else you want to plug.
I mean, not really. I want to plug this really cool podcast that we're on, that we've had the pleasure of being on and being introduced to you guys as an audience, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again sometime, and maybe we'll get you to stop by at the Kame House Party podcast.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do it again with Kyle and Noah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Instead of kicking them out. Instead of doing this wife swap.
Life swap. But that's a great idea, Aaron. I think we should tell Noah and Kyle, and maybe you guys do the same. Maybe tell them to have us on the podcast and make us commit to their form, and vice versa.
Share your feelings as long as they're positive towards us.
Thank you. We're delicate flowers.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. We'll leave you to your regularly scheduled Riverdale programming. For Maple Syrup Blood Money, I've been your child endangerment host, Aaron.
And I've been your poppin', lockin', jughead droppin' host, Vince.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.